on to the Reserve Bank, and one economist is warning that the RBA risks losing control of setting the cash rate, with the panel reviewing the RBA proposing to have voting external experts outnumbering central bank officials on a new board that will set the country's monetary policy. Michael, what's your take on this? Is it a good move, or does it risk politicising this institution?
Look, I think the institution is already politicised, unfortunately. And in fact, one of the good points of this reform package was to give it true independence, because technically it doesn't have true independence at the moment. That's been more an administrative thing. But look, it all depends on who's on the Monetary Policy Board. And I made this point when this report came out. This is nothing new. It's not a radical proposal. I mean, the Bank of England has exactly that same structure. That's where they lifted it from. And its performance has been worse than the RBA's in terms of both inflation and where the cash rate is. So it really depends on who they put on there. If they're going to put mainstream economists, people that just share the standard model, the standard Keynesian model with the Phillips curve, and I don't think you're going to get much change. However, if they put some nutters on, and there's some nutters in the economic profession, modern monetary theory is one that says that you can print whatever you like, which became fashionable in the Democratic Party, then you're going to have some real problems. But remember, the Treasury Secretary's on this Monetary Policy Board, as he has been on the Reserve Bank Board currently. So I don't see there's much change in all of this. It depends on the individuals that you put on the board.
It's a fair point, although the last couple of appointments in that space were, I think, dyed-in-the-wool unionists with clear political perspectives.
That's
so I'm not filled with confidence. Garth, these external experts, 6 of them, would, quote, collectively have a deep understanding of areas such as open economy macroeconomics, the financial system, labour markets and the supply side of the economy, close quote. But how is this going to help our present situation? How do we ensure that the political interests of the government of the day aren't what's being pushed through the agenda of that body when we're talking about something as important as the cash rate for millions of Australians' mortgages?
Well, I think I'm largely in agreement here with Michael on this one. I'm not against reform, and some of the reform proposed isn't too bad. The description of the new body coming in pretty much matches the description of the existing RBA board. Let's point that out. But the real point here, if you want to de-risk how much monetary policy impacts the economy, then you start having more of a focus on your fiscal policy. You start looking at what you can do to lead with fiscal policy. And Japan's a great example of that. There are others out there who lead with fiscal policy and have more accommodating monetary policy, who don't leave all the heavy lifting to the RBA. We can make these changes and we can make these reforms. They don't change the fact that we're allowing interest rates to do all of the work. And I think that's the mistake that we're making as a country. I think we should be focusing more on leading with fiscal policy. I know there's differences of opinion on that, but that would be how you de-risk a change like this, Amanda.
Yeah, look, it's a good point, and it's certainly the case that the Treasurer seems to be leaving an awful lot in terms of managing inflation to the RBA board. Garth Hamilton and Michael Costa, thank you both very much for your time tonight.